Let me.
Oh shit!
Hello.
Yeah,
Do
I haven't done the recording on OBS, have I?
you want to fucking start it again then, or?
No, just starting from here. Boom.
Right, cool.
Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it.
We'll do it live.
You ever seen that? What's the guy called who does that again?
I don't know. It's like a news thing, isn't it?
Let me just search it. It's gonna get on my nerves. We'll do it live. It's a guy. It's
Fuck it, we'll
kind of a
do it live.
Bill O'Reilly. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it.
Yeah, that needs to be the motto of this fucking podcast. Like,
You know, no matter how much we think we're prepared, never prepared for anything of this, and it shows.
yeah. I've actually turned my light on today,
Same, yeah. I turned this living room lights on because
so
it's January. We live in Wales, and it's pitch black by fucking 4:30.
yeah,
How's it going, Joe? You right?
yeah. I'm doing good. I've been trying to listen to some feedback from the last podcast.
By feedback, you mean just a text from me saying, "Fucking hell, talking over each other and last weren't we?"
Well, no, it wasn't so much weren't we, it was weren't you.
I'll stick to my guns and I'll just let you crack on, mate. If you want to talk, just crack on, like.
It just made me think, when there's the saying, I couldn't get a word in edgeways.
Yeah.
Oh,
think
what
it
was
was
the one I
Junior.
heard? There was one the other day. I should have wrote it down, but it's like there's a saying, make ends meet,
Make ends meet.
right? I think I only recently actually thought about that saying. It's like making ends meet, isn't it? Like making, is that right? Making like a circle, making two ends meet, or you make, because what the fuck what else does it mean? You're making
Um,
ends meet as in like full on meat, like like a schlong, like.
I don't think it's the second one, Joe. I don't think it's like making ends into meat. I think it's, well, when you said it, the first analogy I thought of was like someone's building a train track in fucking Wisconsin, and the other one's building a train track in Eastconsin, and we're gonna make those ends meet.
Yeah, but like the actual saying, the meaning behind it is more like, I need to make, I'm skint. I need to make a little bit more money just to get through
Oh
this
yeah,
month.
yeah, you're right actually. So
I
making
just,
ends
I
meet
just,
means like, oh, I'm fucking struggling.
is it like making it through the month? Like making the end of the last month meet the end the next month?
Make
I don't
ends
know.
meet. I don't know
This
because
thing,
the meeting the circle thing. Have you ever seen the snake eating itself? It's called
yeah.
the Ouroboros, I think it's called.
Yeah, there's like, you can get like necklaces and like rings and stuff, can't you? With
Yeah,
like the snake
fucking
of the head.
bangles and all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember searching about it. Let me have a little quick Google of it. Ancient symbol of a snake or a dragon eating its own tail in a circle, symbol of rebirth, destruction, and circle of life. Right. It kind of, I guess it's self-explanatory, really, isn't it? But
Technically, they're making ends meet.
yeah, yeah. Don't know. All right, mate.
First time for your 2025.
Yeah, right. No, little secret. He was in the last one for like 2 seconds. He popped his head in.
Oh, right. I must have blinked.
That's been chatting bollocks, Joe, in your own little world there.
I was just ranting about fucking phone contracts, which I realised after the fact, boring as fuck.
I guess a quick update for the people that the two people who are really, really interested in it. How's it going, Joe? You still got a phone or what?
Yeah, I'm back up and I actually have, look at that,
Got a new one?
MagSafe and all.
Oh,
Yeah,
lovely.
got that going. Yeah, it's yeah, we're watch boys now. Um,
The Watch Boys.
yeah, it
Is that something?
that's like that
Oh, the
that's the new
Watchmen. Sorry, the
comic.
Watchmen. The Watchmen.
Watch Boys is like the young version,
Yeah, it's like fucking Teen Titans, isn't it?
Young Justice, Young Avengers, and all that
Every
shit.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, no, I'm up and running. I've got all of my Apple tech working now. Got the headphones going. It actually is pretty good. I feel like I'm sticking to more schedules now that I've got the watch. Funny that,
Or
isn't it?
schedules.
Keeping time. No, what I've been trying to do because I've been, this new health kick that I've been on,
Oh yeah, the kick of health Joe's
um,
on.
kicked up the arse by arse,
Kick
kick up
up
the
the
arse.
arse.
I've been kicked up the arse. That was a shit accent
Right, go on, go on.
going on. Um, clip that. So the watch, like you can do like how many steps you do, how many calories you burn, all that stuff, and tell me to drink more water.
Of course, yeah.
Basic stuff. I'm surprised that I'm surprised I've lived this long. Like I'm surprised that without a watch, like telling me to
Yeah.
have a drink, stand up. I feel like I've got my own personal Twitch chat. I-
Oh God, yeah.
like hydrate, stand up,
Oh, you know what?
do a
As soon as I got
do a
this
clap.
watch, as soon as I got this watch, the first thing I fucking turned off within about
Oh,
3 days. You should probably be standing up about now. Stand up?
yeah.
Oh, I was like,
I
fucking
think I,
switch that
I
off.
I think I've kept it on for now, because I am
Sure,
a
you'll
lazy
switch it off in a
fucker.
month. You're in the fucking honeymoon period of our
I
Apple
know.
Watch. Give it a
Yeah,
month. You're
yeah.
like, shut the fuck up, stand up. I've been stood up all day. Telling me to stand up
And
and I've
I
sat down like 10 o'clock at night watching fucking The Chase. Like,
mm,
stand up.
I'm still getting excited about closing my rings as well.
Say that again?
Closing the rings. No,
Yeah, I know.
not closing my ring.
I just wanted you to say it again.
I just
That's a
not.
totally different app, that is.
Yeah, yeah. I don't want to talk about that one.
Yeah. Joe usually gets paid for that one.
That's
Closing his
the Apple
rings.
cock. That's the Apple cock ring. That is. Surprised that hasn't come out yet.
iCock. Fuck's sake. Remember
Dildo
that was
XS
like,
Max.
remember that was the thing like in the mid 2000s where anything, someone would make an apple by putting I in front of it?
Yeah,
Like iCaf. I'm like, oh yeah, it's got
yeah,
computers in that cafe.
yeah. Internet cafe, innit?
Yeah, or iToilet. I'm like, whoa, really? It's got a
Oh,
bidet in it.
yeah. And I remember when it was like, oh, there's rumors there's going to be a new iWatch coming out. The iWatch.
iWatch. I
It
think
was
my
the
mum says
iWatch,
iWatch.
iWatch.
My
But
mum says
then
iWatch.
came out Apple Watch. It's like, oh, fuck, iMac, iPhone, iPad, iPod, Apple Watch. It's like, oh, come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, I think they're doing away with that. I think maybe they're sticking with that iPhone because it's kind of like
Iconic
cemented
though.
now. It's in stone now,
Yeah.
innit? Set in stone. You can't just go like, right, the next phone coming out next year, phone,
Apple phone.
Apple phone. That's gonna suck, innit?
Just call it the Apple.
Give it 5, 10 years, fucking Tesla phone probably.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a Tesla phone, I
Uh,
bet.
I wonder how
It's
long
gonna...
it'll be before landlines come back into fashion.
Why? Why would we need landlines?
I don't know. Could feel it's like, oh yeah, like records came back.
Right? Yeah. Okay. It's like people want wired phones in their house.
Yeah, it's like, oh, I want to hear that fucking ring a ding ding. Like,
That's weird. I don't even think my fucking nan has a landline anymore. Like, it's weird how that's
no,
died out, isn't it? Old technology like that.
yeah, yeah, it's weird. I remember like back in school, I'd know my home number off by heart.
Yeah, I know my friends' numbers, my friends' houses.
Yeah, and you
Just
might,
pick up the
yeah,
phone.
it's bad. Like I don't know anyone's number these days. It's bad, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't know. For some reason, I only know my dad's mobile number because the reason I know it is when I think it's like my mum and dad was the first people I knew had mobiles, of course, because I was a
Yeah.
kid and they were the adults. And my dad has sent his number as a pack code to every single time since day one. So he's had that mobile number since the dawn of mobiles, like for him.
Is it 071?
No, no. It's a what's British mobile numbers? 11 digits?
Yeah, it's like 07 blah 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 blah.
Yeah. And I know it's off my heart. Because he's never changed it. My
Yeah, I
mum or
remember.
me and stuff changed. I've changed my number like probably 3 or 4 times in my lifetime so far.
Yeah. that was one of the issues I had, was I didn't have my number, which disappeared, and then it reappeared. So fucking fuck that. Yeah, just going back to the health kick stuff. I wrote
Yep.
something down the other day. It cracked me up. Me and Katie went shopping, and just to get the weekly shop, well, bits of the weekly shop that didn't show up in our online shop that we had
Food
delivered.
shopping, you know about? Groceries?
Yeah, food shopping. So Monday then we went to the gym. After the gym, we went to the shop, and it was just like a small little interaction that me and Katie were having, but there was like an old lady in the aisle as well, and it was just funny her reaction. So one of the meals that I have on my daily meals is like chicken chipolata sausages, like zero fat thing
Heck.
with pasta. Yeah, that's it. Heck. So it's like without, have pasta, spinach, blah blah blah, and I was trying to work out how many I needed for the week, and and I was
How
holding
much
like,
sausage you need a week?
yeah, because it's I'm a sausage boy.
You converted over to chicken sausage per week, like daily.
It's like it work. Yeah, that's just the plan that my PT has given me. But yeah, the interaction goes. I go, oh, Kate, I just need to work out how many packs I need. And she goes, well, how many do you eat a day? And I went, well, there's 16 here, right? Because I had 2 packs of 8, and the old lady was next to us. So I went, as if to go, you fat fucker, eating 16 sausages a day? just made me laugh. Me and Katie walked away. I was just pissing myself because it was the way she was like doing her own business, and she went like, like clearly looking
Did
at
you
me.
say
And I
anything?
thought, no, I just walked off, put him in the basket, walked
Really?
away. I didn't go, oh no, no, I
Like,
don't eat 16 sausages a day.
you don't justify yourself. I'd be like, "Is there a fucking problem? 16
But now
sausages a day, lady?"
now I've left her with that sort of, oh my God,
Hmm.
wonder if that guy eats 16 sausages a day.
You should
Wonder
have
how long you'd
said,
live if you went 16 sausages a day.
if you said, oh, it was 16 and she gave you that look, you should have said, well, this is not enough, is it? Just to make her
Fucking
think,
hell, Kate.
fucking hell,
You're gonna be fucking starving, like.
this doesn't make a dent, Katie. Come on, let's get double.
Oh, that's another saying. Oh, don't touch the sides.
Doesn't touch the sides there.
I didn't touch. Yeah, I had my massive meal. Didn't touch the sides.
Yeah, I say that, to be fair. I say it in the sense of having a poo as well, actually.
Oh, like that. Well, I guess. Oh, let me work this out. Didn't touch the
To give the
sides when you're having
context,
a
yeah.
poo.
Sorry, my hair is absolutely horrendous today. I cannot contain it.
I was
Don't know
gonna.
what it is.
I was gonna say. I was gonna say. I like it. It looks good.
Mate, I've woke up this morning and it's an uncontrollable cowlick that I cannot get down.
Well,
Like,
from this angle, looks good. But when you turn, don't turn.
What?
It's weird. Alrighty then.
I got the tin going on today.
Yeah. But anyway, what was I saying? The
Try and guess what
the
context.
not touching the sides when you're having a shit. That's a small poo. That is. That's a small one. If it didn't touch the
No.
sides,
No, that's not the context I usually refer to. Mine is
I was
like
thinking of it. I was thinking of it coming
busting.
out. Yeah, but how is that not touching the sides? That definitely touching the sides.
well, if I'm busting, it's not, is it? It's like I was busting so much that it just didn't even touch the sides. It just went whoosh, out
Oh,
there.
right, like a bullet.
Yeah.
I think one of the worst times that happened to me was when we went to see the lighthouse together, and then we had a Wagamama's, and I had to speed home. I couldn't drop you back home. I had to stop
yeah,
off at I had to stop off my mother's house because I was gonna shit myself. It would have been another 30-minute drive from
Yeah.
that point, and I was like, fuck this. And I had to like awkwardly leave you like with my mother while I was upstairs
I remember that. Actually.
dropping fucking deuce like.
Yeah, I remember that. That was weird to think about actually, because we didn't watch the lighthouse. We watched the lighthouse in Cardiff.
Yeah. Well, you'd seen it, hadn't you?
Oh, I was living in a
we
different
went,
place then.
yeah. And
Right, right.
we went and watched it in that like cozy cinema place. It was cool.
Yeah, I think Everyman Cinema's a chain. I think it's all around the UK.
Mm, yeah, I'd like to do
Everyman.
more. I'd like to go and see more. You know, sponsored
Yeah,
by Everyman. Not actually. Let's say, not actually, but sponsored. Not actually sponsored by Everyman.
yeah. Talking about a Lighthouse, Robert Eggers, mate. Nosferatu, seen that?
We will talk about the Nosferatu. I can't do the voice.
Good, isn't it? What do you think?
I thought it was good.
I know
Yeah,
you had
I thought it was good.
an issue with it at one point.
Well, again, like I was trying to rapidly explain to you, because I feel like I personally hurt you when I said to you there were moments that were a bit slow, and you were like, "What are you, some fucking brain rot child? You need fucking Subway Surfers on in the background to enjoy a film?"
Yeah, I think that's
No,
what you
that's
need
not the
at the
case.
bottom. Yeah, at the bottom you need GTA
GTA
driving car
cars,
stuff.
yeah, and like clips of a podcast. Um, no, how I felt about it was I really loved. I'm going to do this without spoiling it. I mean, who the fuck watches this for this fucking film to be spoiled if me and you talking about it? But yeah, the
And
first start.
to give it a fair warning, the film is nearly 100 years old. You know, why are you
Yeah,
spoiling?
yeah. Um, spoiling his big fucking mustache, baby. No, um, I didn't like that. I get it, but I didn't
Didn't
like the
you?
mustache. No,
Do you like
no.
that either? What the fuck?
I'll tell you something that I thought when we get to it. But there was I liked the whole eerie creepiness of like the Germany bit, and then him transporting all of his stuff on the horse all the way through to Transylvania, and then going to that
You know
little
about
hut, all this stuff. Nicholas
Thomas?
Holt. Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, so when he was traveling all that and then he got to the castle. But you know what I thought? Because I was expecting old Orlok to look not like he did.
Of course, yeah, same here.
That that when for maybe 30 seconds, maybe a minute of Orlok being on screen when he was like, "Welcome to my castle. Come and sit and have food." I was like, yeah,
Sit.
I was I was waiting for him to go, "I will get the master now." I thought he was like some butler.
Oh,
I
really?
didn't know that was actually him. I didn't know that was him because it didn't. It's not how I pictured him.
I'm
Because
guessing
I
you
know
just didn't
obviously,
expect him with the little pointy teeth and big ears or that kind of thing. Bald.
well he did, yeah, but he had like, yeah. I was expecting him to look more like fucking vampiric. Um, but then
I know, I
it was only
guess.
like,
Do you think it's because you've been like affected by media that all
yeah,
Dracula needs to be elegant and like wears a suit and stuff like that, or and like it's
not
all
so much that. I
done up
mean,
and stuff?
I was no, I mean like, you know, Nosferatu. He doesn't look human, does he? Dracula looks human.
Right.
But Nosferatu, big ears, bald, fucking fat, looks like a bat basically, doesn't he? Like a human
Yeah.
bat.
A human bat,
And
yeah.
that's what I was expecting more of that, like pale. But then when he was like had his little hat on and his furry coat and everything, I was like, oh right. And then it sort of clicked. But for a moment, I thought, oh, he's just like the greeter. He's like the familiar, you know, like the
In front of
vampire's
house.
familiar. Yeah, I thought that's what he was. And then like the real bad boy's actually in the coffin. He's gonna break out later. I just thought it, and then I was like, oh wait, no, why would that be? He's just on his own. But
I
yeah, no, I
liked it
thought, oh
personally.
yeah, yeah, no, it like that's what I mean. I enjoyed that. Then I was like, oh no, this is actually pretty cool. And then I think later on in the film, there were certain bits that I felt like they had told us what was happening. They told us what they were going to do. They told us what they were doing right now. And then the next scene, it was like they told us what they're telling us again. Oh, this is what we're gonna do. That's happened, and now and it was just little bits. I can't put my finger on exactly what
I
it was, but at
think
the time I was kind of like,
I think I could
okay,
put
now
it for you.
fucking
I think I can pinpoint it for you. Is the 3 days thing? Is that what you're referring to? 3 days and then you are mine. You shall
sort of, yeah,
succumb to me. And then it was
yeah,
like, all right, he got there with Ellen, and then
yeah.
you had to wait another 3 days. Is that what you're referring to?
I think that might be it. But I didn't want it to go like fucking nail him with a fucking spike. I didn't want that to happen just like that. But yeah, I think you're right. Like he landed there, not landed. He fucking docked there, and then I feel like he should have been, yeah, making ends meet. Um, when he got there, I thought maybe 24 hours, and it's like, oh fuck, stakes are higher, you know. But I get they had to do the part with the rats and everything, and get the plague going,
Plague,
all
yeah.
that. Yeah, but like it was just moments where I was like that scene. It's like that meme you sent. It's like there's nothing better than going. They could have cut 10 minutes out of this film, you know.
Yeah.
But they just may have it didn't ruin the film for me. It was just like, okay, I know this. Let's
Mm.
let's not go to someone else's living room and sit there by candlelight going, oh, Nosferatu, he's here now. So,
Yeah. I could
but
see
yeah,
maybe why you think it's in the sense of like he isn't really physical sometimes. Is the whole
yeah,
film is very dreamlike,
yeah. You
where
don't know what's real or not.
a lot of scenes are blended together in the sense of reality is getting a bit confusing.
Yeah,
So I can understand what you mean by sometimes he feels like a physical presence, and then other times he can almost like travel via a shadow, and then suddenly he's there with Ellen in their room, and then sometimes he's back in his castle and all that. So I can
yeah.
understand when he eventually got into, is it Tilsburg or something like that, this fake German place they
Something like
live in?
that.
When he
Yeah.
got there, and then when he finally got to his castle, then that he bought off the real estate agent Thomas. When
Yeah.
he got
That was
there,
it.
he he appeared underneath through Ellen's window, and he's like 3 days, or that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I can understand what you mean. Like, he's like, well, he's already there now, so crack on with it.
Yeah.
Is that
But
what you
again,
mean?
I didn't want it to, it's sort of, but it's also like, I like the mystery of like, what's he up to? What's he fucking planning here? Even
Mm.
though I knew he wanted a shag.
Yeah, it's. I haven't watched all of the 1920s Nosferatu.
Maybe
Like,
we should.
I haven't like stuck it on intentionally and gone right. Play from the beginning and watch it at the end. I've seen a lot of chunks of it. Various, like for
Yeah.
example, like I did media class in
Yeah.
college and high school, so it was used a lot as like reference and all that.
Hmm.
But I'm not sure. Again, Humphrey's back. I'm not sure because I haven't seen it. If the original had that much kind of like sexual triangle tension with it.
Yeah.
Like, fair enough, Ellen's in the story, and she's, what was that's the thing that's a little bit confusing, is she was lonely and she was kind of in a bad place. So she brought him in. She like took him in as
She
an
was like,
energy.
yeah, at the start, wasn't it? It was like, oh
Yeah.
yeah, fulfill me, give me pleasure.
And she was like, anyone, and she, any
Yeah,
spirit, bad or
and
good.
he's
And he
like,
came.
yeah,
And he was awakened.
literally.
He was awoken or something like that. Right. Which I get, but what's the bit that I was saying to Leash about was um yeah, was he there, or was he like a presence before that? I guess we don't really need to know. I guess that's the story about it, is we don't really need to know. All we need to know is the
Yeah.
story we're being told right now. But is he only being brought to life because of someone who's awoken him? Or I don't know the word,
Oh,
awakened him?
or was he? Yeah, I mean, how long has he been doing it for? You don't know how long he's been doing it for.
Like,
He
is
may have.
various little points in it where I was like, right, she obviously prayed for someone to be there for him, bad or good, and
Yeah,
he was the one. And then we're probably into big spoilers by now, but because of fuck,
that matter.
when Thomas, he was like, "Is that your wife's trinket?" And he was like giving the little like heart thing, and he's like
Yeah,
sniffing it like lilac and all that shit.
yeah, because he smelled the hair, wasn't it?
But did he make the bond? Did it make the bond stronger? And then that's why it snowballed into him being like, right, she is the one that I'm gonna like use as
Well,
the
but
vessel,
but like that,
basically.
but that all well, that stuff at the start had already happened like many years ago, is
Pre-Thomas.
what it said.
Yeah, it's pre-Thomas,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So do you reckon he's just been waiting for a moment for a house to go up for sale in the area?
I don't know. Because is it,
That was a bit fucking far. I know I don't want to say is it far fetched? It's a fucking vampire film, but like the fact that he's like, I want to buy a house close to the girl I'm stalking. Thomas, he's like, you will come to my abode and I will buy a house. That is my master plan. It's like,
Yeah.
how much rent will it be per month?
Yeah, they didn't go into the nitty-gritty, did they? It wasn't like that's what they should have needed. Never mind cutting down 10 minutes. They should have added on 10 minutes where he's like,
Added a mortgage advisor
yeah.
and all that.
It's like, I want semi-detached ensuite bathroom.
Does house come with dishwasher fitted?
Kitchen island, preferably in the middle.
How close is it to local primary school for my kids to attend?
Yeah.
Is it walking distance?
Working distance from an Aldi or Lidl for facilities. No, they.
Here, one more. I am a part of the housing association. I
Do
get
they
my
have
free
Zumba
rent.
close by for my mother? I don't know. Go on. The yeah, the whole like planning permission thing was in like a different language, wasn't it? So he kind of like swindled
Yeah,
Thomas into signing over his wife instead of his house, right?
yeah, yeah. And that like main estate agent was a bit of a fucking nutcase, wasn't he?
Yeah, well, he's in the story in all of them, right? He's the
Is
guy who's
he?
like, yeah, he's the kind of like, um,
Conduit.
yeah, the entourage the henchman guy, like anything for you,
Mm,
officer, that kind of guy.
yeah.
Because have you seen The Witch? You know, the one that's spelt with two V's.
Is that the one with again Robert Eggers? Is it?
That's Robert Eggers. Yeah, that's one. I think it's his
Yeah,
first one he
no.
did.
Anya Taylor-Joy. I know she's in. I've never seen it though.
That's good, man. And it feels like all that. I can't remember the guy's name. That henchman guy. I think is it Knox or something like that, or Nor or something.
Something like that. Yeah,
Well, all of this stuff felt very much like The Witch to me. Don't like when he's in that like
yeah.
star on the ground, he's kind of like gashing up his arms. He's
Scuttling around. Yeah.
like, ah, it feels like The Witch. A
Eating
lot
a
of
fucking
like,
pigeon, like.
oh yeah, that was good, wasn't it? Yeah. What I wanted to mention when you said you wasn't really a fan of when you went to the castle and all that, and you didn't really expect it to be him, that guy.
Oh no, I wasn't a fan. I just it did the one on me. It was like, oh fuck, it was a
Oh,
that's him. I didn't expect that to be him.
right. Because
When it was him, I was like, oh fuck, he's greeting him at the door. I
yeah, where is Transylvania? Is it Romania?
don't know.
Um,
Because you can actually go there. You can actually go to that castle in real
is
life.
it?
Like you can go and see Dracula's castle.
Um, 2 secs. I'm not gonna Google it. I just text him back. Let's say it's Romania or something like that.
Yeah,
But he had that type of look about him, didn't he? He had like a kind of
like a
like
baron.
a yeah, like a Romanian nobleman with like the
Yeah,
hats, the furry hat and the big coat. So it kind of
yeah,
suited it to me. It kind of felt right at the time, especially
yeah,
with something about Eggers' films, especially like The Lighthouse and The Witch and Northman. He feels the type of person he wants to get it factually right.
yeah, yeah.
It's a,
Like if he's gonna,
yeah,
yeah,
there's a lot of like parts and elements that seem stretched in the sense of fantasy, where witches and shit like that, and various senses of that. But if he feels like if he's gonna do it, he's gonna do it right, like the research
mm,
behind it and the things, and so I feel like that feels probably the most grounded and the most thought out version of a vampire movie or like a Dracula movie in that
yeah,
sense. Like,
yeah. It's like far fetched, but it's also factually correct. That sort of
yeah,
thing is what you mean.
yeah, like, fucking vampires don't exist, but if they did, this feels very grounded in the sense of it. Like, if you search the word vampire, it's the undead coming back to life and,
Mm,
sucking bloods of humans and stuff.
yeah,
And this, spoilers again, this Nosferatu is probably the most undead I've ever seen or the most undead vampire
yeah.
I've
He was
seen. He's
like,
pretty much a zombie.
he's like zombified vampire, isn't he?
Yeah, he's like decrepit.
Like gashes out of his face and
Yeah, loved it though.
minging looking. Yeah, it was cool.
And just the shots of his stuff. Don't like the one that sticks to me is like when Thomas is going to the castle and he gets his horse stolen by those gang, and he's in that woods
Yeah.
and that carriage of black horses
Yeah,
going up and all.
I was thinking
Amazing,
exactly that. Like that's the point.
amazing.
Me and my friend like looked at each other and were like, "Oh, I'm getting a bit fucking spook." Yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's getting a bit fucking spooky. Like,
As
and
soon as
like
I
to be fair, like Nicholas Hoult fucking sells it as well. Like his face, and he's like,
Yeah. I don't think
it's
I've
like,
seen Fear that well done. He seems so scared, didn't he, through it?
and when he sat at the table, and he's like,
Yeah.
he's like, can I leave now? He's like that. You will not leave in that condition. And he's like, you will go to rest. He's like,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh, what does he say?
He's
He's
like,
like, he calls him sir, and he's like, you call me lord or whatever.
yeah. Mm. Time to
Disrespect me.
retire to your bed, sit. And he's
Yeah.
like doing like stiff with fear, like he's like he can't move. You can see like
It's
eyes
like
welling up kind of thing.
it's like sleep paralysis in but he's awake.
It is like sleep though, isn't it? Because
It's
like
just yeah,
there's so many shots in it where I guess the main one is when he walks up to the room and he tells him to sit down, and the shot where Thomas or Nicholas Hoult is looking at him off camera, and he appears by here with a glass of wine. Like
yeah,
those senses of reality are being skewed because Thomas is still looking at him technically, but he turns up
yeah.
here, so it kind of like
I
it's
feel like
I don't know, it's like
I wish
subverting the audience really.
I wish more of the film took place in the castle.
The castle was 10 out of 10, all of that shit, loved it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I really loved it. And then when it ended, and he was like, "Right, I'm leaving," and fucking he's leaving as well. I was like, I really, I was like, I wasn't scared as in like, oh, I'm pissing myself here, but it was more like the feeling. It's like, oh, I feel like I feel
It's
like I'm trapped in
claustrophobic,
this
wasn't it?
castle. Yeah,
Big
yeah.
time.
And it was like, and it wasn't always dark. Do you know what I mean? It was
No.
like there was day shots which were like, oh, this is fucked. This is creepy as well.
Yeah. I think it was for me it was just the sense of um reality. I just couldn't tell what was real in it in
Mm.
that particular point. Like, there's a lot of areas outside of it which I could tell was the present,
Yeah,
and that all that castle bit. It was like for example when he was at that table for the food when he first got there,
yeah.
and he told him to retire, and the next shot he was lying on the floor like fucking Peter Griffin in Family Guy with his arm behind his back, just face down
Yeah,
to fire. He's like, fucking hell, is he dreaming it or? And
yeah,
then
yeah.
just I don't know, another thing to pick up on because we could run out of time. The sound design for this, just like that stuck out more than I expected for some reason.
Yeah.
So like his
Like the
breathing and stuff.
breathing. Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, the breathing. Yeah, it was
it's like
good.
it's almost like a death rattle. You know, like he was only breathing when he needed to talk. Like when he wasn't talking, he wouldn't breathe because he was dead.
Yeah.
Like he'd
Good
only
but
taken air to like sit down.
yeah.
Like you
Yeah, it's
didn't
like
need
if
air really.
yeah, it's like a sort of zombified Darth Vader.
Yeah, I guess. Oh, the one other than just the various parts of the sound, like I said, like that horse thing on that path to the castle, that was like
Loud.
painfully loud, but painfully like screechy and scary. Not like a jump scary thing, but like it just brought in that kind of horse
Yeah,
fear. Like,
one of
yeah.
those like, oh, I don't want to look at this. It's
And
like, oh,
another
what
one,
is it? Uncomfortable.
it is
Uncomfortable to look
uncomfortable.
at. But
Because
it
the
was
thing
like,
is,
I can't look away.
it's not. It wasn't scary though. It's weird because it's like a horror.
No,
It was a horror film, but I never got scared in it. It was always like I don't know, like
psychological.
a dark
Kind of like
fantasy love
watching
film.
watching it like this.
I wasn't even like
I
that because I wasn't scared. I wasn't
can't keep your eye
scared.
off it.
But the sound design thing that stuck out is just the drinking the blood stuff.
Oh, he's gulping and
Yeah, it's like when Thomas is on the floor and he was like over him
yeah,
like a fucking animal. He was just like
yeah,
just and he's like biting the chest instead of the in the neck.
yeah.
It's just like fuck, this is grim.
He's like gone straight for the fucking heart.
Yeah, it's just when you see like Christopher Lee's Dracula, like the Hammer horror, or like the Bela
Yeah, yeah,
Lugosi black and white horror. This one they just dropped all of the elegance like all the elegance of a vampire is gone. He's like the most vile
Yeah,
iteration of a
yeah.
vampire.
He's a
It's
monster.
just he's a monster, is He's a classic version of what you think a monster movie is. But yeah, it just blew me away, all that shit. Um,
Mm.
Willem Dafoe as well. Crazy. That William Dafoe
Yeah,
and Ellen, it just felt so much like The Exorcist in that. Because it's quite a
yeah,
bit of possession in it. She's possessed
yeah,
quite
yeah,
a lot. But to know when they finally bring in Willem Dafoe, they're like, fair enough, we do believe that you have something, like you're figuring it out here. And he's like over the top of her, speaking to her like really close to what she's possessed. That felt like The
yeah,
Exorcist to me. To like in The Exorcist, obviously medicine and
yeah.
doctors' opinions not working, so they bring in another form of help, which is like a religious priest.
Priest. Yeah,
Same, it felt like that. Like they were out of ideas, so they brought a priest in. It's like fucking hell.
yeah. He was good as well. Like I don't think I've ever seen Willem Dafoe bad. Like
Yeah,
he's
he's
just
iconic,
he
isn't he?
get. I feel like even if it's a shit film, he'll fucking give it everything.
Yeah, amps it up
And
in
like,
a good way.
what does he say? Yeah, but he's like, what does he say? Nosferatu. The way he says it is like,
Yeah,
it's fucking
yeah.
class. I like
And
the
I never,
Doctor as well.
I was gonna say I forgot what his name is. That guy.
He's got like a very iconic voice, and he's in lots
Yeah,
of British things and voice acting things.
he's in
But
The
I
Witch
couldn't tell you his
actually.
name.
He's in The Witch.
Is he?
Yeah,
Yeah, well, I know him from the British Office.
yeah, he's in The Office actually. Do you know who he is cast to be? Galactus, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's got a voice for Galactus.
Boom, booming voice. Yeah.
Yeah, like I seen like I think it was a reel or something like that of Bill Skarsgård. Again, that's another thing that's transcended. Didn't even notice Bill Skarsgård in this film, really.
No, no, I didn't know it was him. I didn't know it was
Yeah,
him. I knew it
I
was.
knew it was him
I
going
knew he
in
was in the
badly,
film.
but
Yeah, I didn't. I only knew. Well, I think I sort of got it spoiled for me slightly. I know we haven't got a lot of the time left,
2 minutes.
but yeah, yeah, it didn't. I think I only knew he was in it because I saw like a red carpet like little thing going past and he was there,
Uh,
and I was like, "Who fuck's he in this?" And then I was like, "Oh, I put it together." I was like, "Oh, it's him.
oh,
He's
Zolok.
him." Yeah,
Yeah,
he's not going to be anyone else. Like,
yeah. I seen yeah, I don't like they do the media things where they're getting interviewed by various people. Um, Bill Skarsgård said that he like did vocal training with an opera singer,
I
like
saw that.
to bring down his
His
octave and stuff.
diaphragm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But did you see the one where he's like, oh, he went to like a reading, like a script reading? I can't remember. It's going to bug me now because we're not getting his name. But that guy, the doctor's guy, turned up and he was like 2, 3 octaves down already, and he didn't even have any training. And Bill Skarsgård's like, oh, for fuck's sake, like I'm doing all this training in months, and he's
Yeah,
got
and
like a
he's already got a lower
much
voice.
deeper voice. Yeah, it's just insane. Like
Yeah.
iconic cast, fair play. I'd never
Yeah, it's
really
good.
even seen. I didn't know that was Johnny Depp's daughter either. Actually,
Yeah, I real afterwards, Katie was like, "Oh, Lily Depp," and I was like, "Oh, fuck yeah, there we
never
are."
seen her in anything else. To be fair, so fair play.
No, I don't think I have either.
No, mental.
No.
Fair play. What a performance by her. And what do you think of Aaron Taylor Johnson actually in his?
It was very posh, very out there, wasn't he? Very much like I'm a top hat man, you know, talk like that. Yeah, twiddle your mustache. You know, I've had enough of this monster. Yeah, let's just get rid of her. Get out of the house.
Yeah. He he stuck out
I
a little
fucking
bit
love my
more.
wife.
He stuck out a little bit more for me as being like Aaron Taylor Johnson more than a character. But
Yeah,
I don't know if I can put it down to like everyone else is such a heavyweight. Like they was doing such a good
yeah.
thing.
I
I don't know.
think for me, it was Craven was too fresh in my mind.
Crazy. I
Like,
haven't seen that. I don't think I will.
don't fucking bother.
Man, I think we've totally swallowed up this whole thing as a Nosferatu episode, mate.
Yeah, I think that's definitely what it's gonna have to be called.
Yeah.
Episode 14, Nosferatu spoilers.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't even have time to do the list.
Oh, I've got other things as well. I've got written down, but we'll leave that for next time.
All
Um,
right. So, man,
anyway,
I guess we'll try
I
and
will leave you to do the editing of the podcast.
you do the rest, please.
Social media.
See you, man.
Anyway.